Hi, everybody. I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to Module 3. Thanks for your patience on this one. Dr. Wagner and I met this morning to discuss, and we took a few things out and just kind of moved things around. So for this module, it's actually going to be a pretty light module as far as content and what you need to turn in. But there'll be a lot to do as far as getting your studies up and running, getting your graphs started, and beginning data collection for your projects. So just really quickly, I will show you. The first thing is there's a chapter to read, chapter 10 in your Richards book. We're not going to do a quiz this week. Or for this module, so you just have the chapter to read, and then we've provided you with a document from What Works Clearinghouse that talks about single subject research and design and evaluating different single subject research studies. And in particular, we would like you to pay attention to the parts of this that relate to visual analysis of single subject research data. You're going to need to understand how to evaluate the data once you've collected it before you would be able to make any decisions about your own individual data. So make sure that you review that as you'll be starting to collect data and having to make decisions in the coming weeks. Then the next topic is your actual data collection. So I just wanted to briefly describe this for you. You're going to start your data collection hopefully this week or next week. If you're not ready to start this week, that's fine. You still have plenty of time. But whenever you do start on every Friday by 11:59 p.m., I will expect for you to upload a graph of whatever data you've collected so far that week and upload that to D2L. There are drop boxes for each week for your data. And so what you're going to do is at the end of each week, you'll drop your data and you're going to give me a short paragraph. You can put it right on the same page as the graph, or you can provide a separate Word document, or you can just put it in the notes when you drop the graph document. I don't care how you do it, but what I would like to see is a description of what you see in the data so far, and then what you plan to do the following week. So you may say, this week I collected one data point. I will continue next week collecting baseline data until I see stable data. Or you might say I collected 4 data points this week in baseline. They were all at 0% correct. Given that I have stable data, I'm ready to begin my intervention. I will start that on Monday. Something along those lines, just really brief description of what you see in the data and what you plan to do next. That will help me. What I intend to do is to review all of those over the weekend and give you feedback by Sunday night. So Sunday night you should look for some feedback from me, just be a couple sentences typically, saying, hey, that sounds great, go ahead this week, or have you thought about X, Y, or Z? Or in some instances, not very often, but sometimes I'll say, hey, why don't you hold off on data collection and let's find a time to talk if there's something that I have serious concerns about. But that's kind of how the rest of the semester is going to go. You're going to be collecting your data. We can meet independently. You'll be turning your graphs in each week, and then in a few weeks, after everybody's kind of gotten used to data collection and we've worked through that part of things, I will open Module 4 probably a little bit earlier than it says in the syllabus, and that's where you'll have information related specifically to writing your methods section. And then you'll have the rest of the semester to work on that as well. So, in order to turn in your graphs every week, you have to have an understanding of how to create graphs. Some of you may already know how to do that, and if so, that's great. For those of you that don't, these are two graphs that a graduate assistant from a couple years ago, Colin is my graduate assistant now, but Julie was a graduate assistant a few years ago in our department. She put together these fantastic videos that walk you through step by step how to create a graph. So particularly if you don't know how to do it, you want to make sure that you put aside some time to review these and learn how to do that. So that is it for this this topic. It's just, this module. It's just the two topics, the reading and reviewing the single subject research information, and then data collection. Like I said, if you're not ready to collect data for whatever reason, that is fine. You'll just start entering data or entering graphs next week instead of this week. Please remember that the graphs are due at the end of the week, not at the end of the module. So the first week would be this Friday coming up. So most of you probably won't have anything in there. You could enter it the next Friday. I just want to get data every week so that you don't get too far into data collection and have an error and then we can't go back and correct it. So the more often you're turning in data, the better. So every Friday by 11:59 p.m. And then again, you can look for my feedback by Sunday night so that you're ready to go the following week when kids are back in your classroom. So if you have any questions, as always, let me know, and have fun with starting data collection. This is an exciting part of the semester when you get to start doing that. So, all right, I will see many of you this week in individual Zoom meetings, and hopefully I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.